intended target.
Some context, 9-0 Cubs top of the 8th, 2 outs, bases empty. A few of the Cubs were hit by pitches earlier in the game.
You hit your spine. Might have been a little retaliation. Again, I don't think any of these hit by pitches by the Brewers is intentional. But there comes a point where you try to send a message that says, stop hitting our guys, even if you don't mean it, and we're just not going to take it.
By the way, 2 bench clears 2 days in a row. That's 67% of the MLB season.
The proper response, just try to laugh it off.
Tried to get him, didn't do it. Able to get out of the way.
If Keegan comes in there again, I don't think he'll respond the same way. That's probably going to be an ejection.
What do we got?
McCutchen willing to just take his base.
Yep.
But some others taking umbrage over there in the Brewer dugout. Jason Hayward, first man in from center field.
Yep.
And now everybody will rush in and have a little bit of a heated confrontation. This likely will not turn into anything more than mass gathering. There's legitimate arguments on both sides of this issue whenever this happens. The Brewers are going to continue to make the case, hey, we're not throwing at you guys on purpose, and the Cubs are going to say, yeah, you might not be, but we keep getting hit and we're getting frustrated by it. So this is our way of sending a message that says you need to be a little more careful. If you can't pitch effectively inside, then don't keep coming inside.
Right. Yeah, at a certain point, this sort of, on the Cubs side of things, the argument is they might be doing it on purpose, and if the Brewers are saying we're not, at a certain point on the Cubs side, it's we don't care, stop doing it.
Right. It's, you know, and I think, you know, McCutchen, to his credit, other than you know, he kind of looked out there, he knew what was going on, but I don't think it was McCutchen's actions that caused the issue. It was the guys coming out of the Brewer dugout.
Just ejected Keegan Thompson, by the way.
Yeah, I think that had to happen because that was clearly intentional.
Can't tell what you're saying.
And if you're gonna, you know, hit somebody intentionally, that's where to do it. You don't want anything up around that.
By the way, keep an eye on Nestor Ceja. That's the second base umpire. A lot of AAA call-ups earlier in the season. He's going to run in and save Jason Hayward, who from center field decides, I want a piece of someone. It's the American way.
One of the rare instances, the biggest guy in the field is the first base umpire.
Yeah, and he's a boxer, Ted Barrett, right?
He is.
Or was.
Apple TV analyst Brian Gorman in last night's game talked about getting rid of the aggressor. Well, Hayward was threatening to be an aggressor to this bench clearing incident. Could have ignited something, and that's the person that you would want to eject, but Ceja saved him. Obviously, the pitcher is ejected for the intentionally throwing at McCutchen. McCutchen makes the point, hey, you already got one shot and missed. You do not get a second shot to try again. That's not in the unwritten rules, so to speak. Technically, the written rules don't want any shots at all, but it is a fine balancing act, and we've previously discussed those. Okay, let's get to the other broadcast because they actually have the ejection.
The Cubs bullpen, which was just out on the field, has to sprint back into their bullpen and get somebody ready to go. David Ross will have a conversation with Ted Barrett and Lance Barksdale as Adames and Contreras chat. And the Cubs need to get somebody out there on the mound. I think Willie Adames trying to tell Wilson Contreras, he goes, hey, listen, I get it. You've been hit. Not like we're trying to do it.
No, doesn't matter though.
9-0 game. The top of the 8th inning. Keegan Thompson drills Andrew McCutchen. I will give Keegan Thompson credit. He didn't go up high.
They'd want to be headhunting, that's for sure. So Keegan Thompson gets ejected. I believe David Ross gets ejected as well, right?
I believe that's correct.
No.
That was Lance Barksdale tossing Keegan Thompson. It looks like David Ross is actually staying in this game. Still on the top step of the dugout. It was just a single point by Lance Barksdale to Keegan Thompson.
It's actually 2 points because irrecusable is the QOC, but look, here's my favorite part. Lance says, I got him, points, and throws him out. Lance Barksdale wants those points. Lance's last ejection, September 2021, was also a throwing at incident.
Just got to note that since 2020, these two teams have hit each other 52 times.